Yo, it's your friend Dinner Dog, and Doppelganger10 is a son of a bitch. So, he probably gave you a lot of trouble in vanilla. I know he did when I did my first playthrough, all those years ago. So, in today's video, we're gonna talk about Doppelganger10. We're gonna learn about him in detail, how we can cheese him, like in the fight, how we really can manipulate his AI, and why use items matter a lot. If you play randomizer races, this is in particular importance. You want to learn about this. So let's get in it here. So let's learn about Doppelganger 10. So 120 HP and 5 defense, and like you, how hard you hit him determines how far he gets knocked back. So you want to have a good amount of strength in the fight, so he doesn't recover very quickly. And you can just like beat the crap out of him. It's difficult to get the knockbacks off, especially if you're really slow in the prologue. You may start with a lower amount of strength. In the example I'm going to show here, I've only gained 2 strength from the time I started with Alucard at 12 strength to the time I got to the Doppelganger 10 fight. So imagine fighting this bad boy when you've got 8 strength. He has 5 defense, so you're only doing 3 damage a hit. Like, good luck. You're gonna be here forever. So just if you're too slow in the prologue, just restart. It's worth it if you got to do this fight. So Dopp has some cool defense. He has Form of Mist, so he's going to avoid any full clear use items. So your Power of Sires, the Bat Pentagrams, he's immune to that. And anytime you pull out a spell, he's also going to dodge it with the Mist. So those aren't going to help us. He also has Bat, so he's going to use Wing Smashes to get out of the corner. So we need to be really mindful of this because A, it hurts a little bit, and B, it makes the fight go a lot longer. So we don't want him to go in the corner at all costs. The so even if it visually appears to be the case, he has no weaknesses or immunities. So if I hit him with Firebrand, he's gonna set on fire. It's just a visual effect. The same with ice, all that stuff. So they're just visual effects. He is impacted by status effects though, so we can do a lot to cheese him here even. So Stone Sword and Medusa Shield are gonna petrify him 100% of the time. And then we can just beat the crap out of him. So that's really cool. If he gets cursed, it'll prevent him swinging his sword, so you can use Red Rust or Muramasa for that. The poison will reduce his attack power. I don't believe it reduces his defense though. I tested this a long time ago against Doppelganger 40. I didn't seem to hit him any harder, but he seemed to hit me not as hard. I could be wrong on that. And of course, Stopwatch, which is used in the speed run, just freezes him in place, and you can just punch him to death, no problem. So Doppelganger, like ourselves, can only be hit once at a time, and then he's going to gain iframes just like us. He's going to fall backwards and go into hit recovery, and then he'll be vulnerable again after that. So knowing that, how we cheese the fight is fairly straightforward. So when we start the fight, we're going to like walk or jump away from him. But the big thing is we want to jump. And by jumping, he's going to jump towards you. That's what we want. We don't want to just run up and attack him. The AI has counters for that. So we always want to jump, and we always want to hit him in the air ideally, or he's just coming up off his own jump. The if our so like the one thing we want to solve for is we don't want Alucard Doppelganger to get into the corner. So either we need to back off at some point if we keep chaining hits so he doesn't go into the corner, or we need to get behind him. And one way to do that is if you jump and you move towards him and you hit him, and then you just keep holding the button, the directional button, you should land behind him, and you should be able to jump out of the way so he doesn't wake up and hit you with his own sword. The And that's pretty much it. So yeah, you just want to do jumps against him. If you're using your fists, it can be easier to do drop kicks, which you perform with your fist by attacking with your fist in the air and holding down and forward. So we can do that bad boy. Actually, I think you can just hold down in general, but we're going to want to do down and forward anyways. So let's just get right to it. Let's show this here. So this is going to take at least 14 hits to kill with my current strength. So that's important. Unfortunately, we don't have more, so we're just going to have to deal. And then I've got a safe state right here, so let's just fight this guy. So hit him. So you see here, I can even let him come out a bit. We just want to jump away from him and hit him. If I keep running, I should be able to do that. I don't even think I have enough strength to knock him back right now. So this is doing the fight at a disadvantage because I think he should fall over. Yeah, so I'm not getting the knockback I want to get in order to whatchamacallit, to for me to be able to get behind him. But the other method you could use too is you could hit him on the ground and then just backdash. But I don't think I'll be able to do that with my current strength. And he's just gonna gank me in the corner here. Get out of here. But yeah, we just want to jump and punch. That's easy. All right. So that's how that works there. So we're going to take this off the side for a second. So 14 hits, not fun. I don't even think I'm getting the knockback effect. But even regardless of that, you can make the fight happen pretty well. But that's not really what we want, ideally. So what we want is to not kill in 14 hits. We want to kill him in a lot fewer. And this is where use items can come into play. So generally, you just want to hit him with the hardest thing you can hit him with, right? Because he's going to get iframes, right? So generally speaking, like we don't like the big two-handed swords as a weapon because even if they deal a lot of damage, they're slow, right? So we want weapons that are quick, that double hit, all that good stuff. But double hitting and quickness isn't going to matter in this fight. So if you do have a two-handed sword, it's a great option probably. Just whatever hits the hardest. Also remember in item randomization that or in seeds that have item stat randomization, I should say. So if you're playing casual or safer adventure, that weapons will keep their vanilla special damage. So with thrust swords, if you can thrust into him, and you can do that easily in the air doing the front to back, like you're kind of already set up to do that with the existing cheese anyways, you can hit him really hard, right? And make this fight go a lot faster. But in particular, let's say you only have your fists, right? You don't have any weapons or anything like that to cheese him with. You can really make good use of use items. So if I have, let's say, a shuriken, and it's doing like 80 damage, let's say, I don't know if that's the actual damage, let's say we're doing item rando, right? Then the one shuriken is going to do 75 damage to Doppelganger after you take his defense into account, right? That's pretty big. What's the odds that I'm actually going to make use of this shuriken later on, right? Like, am I really going to miss it? Probably not, right? Because I'm going to find another one or I'll find another use item. It'll be fine. The odds of me getting duplicator are slim, right? And there's plenty for sale in the shop as well, like use items, right? So they're extremely strong because his health is relatively low and you can only hit him once anyways, right? So like you just want to hit him once hard. So it can be a good strategy to go into the fight and menu once you enter the door, and it's good for two reasons: one, to set up this damage here, and two, like there's no music that plays when you enter the room, and you actually menu faster when there's no background music because it doesn't have to load the tracking afterwards. So that will save you like a second. But also, nothing in the game is really a threat before that period of time. And like, yeah, you can have weapons that give you range, and it could be useful to have a sword for the stone roses, all that good stuff, right? But let's say you get there and you haven't like it's a good time to like equip armor, accessories, etc. Like what you may not have equipped before. So I try to save my first equip for fighting Dopp, especially if I haven't picked up a weapon. And then I'm just gonna look at what use item do I have. I probably have at least one because you would have got two use items in the prologue, so one of them is probably useful. And then just equip it to a hand, right? You throw it, it's gone. Don't worry about it, right? You hit the guy for like 75. You just cut his health in half. The fight is half as long, right? The other really cool thing I like using is attack and strength potions, right? So look at this. We went from 14 hits to kill to 5. And the effect of the attack and strength potion is going to continue along as I go into the outer wall. So we just cut the fight literally in like almost in a third, really. And even more if we get a critical hit and stuff like that. So menuing for use item stuff, very strong, and definitely recommended to save some time on this fight, especially if you need to menu anyways. Like you haven't equipped armor or anything else that you've picked up. Now is a good time to do it and make the fight a lot shorter. Anyways, hopefully that's beneficial. It makes this fight faster, and especially if you're looking to race, get you through it like 10 or 20 seconds faster to give you a bit of an edge. Otherwise, that's all for me on this one. So, as always, if you've got other comments, if I screwed things up, or if you've got other strategies, leave them in the comment section. I'll pin my comment for any mistakes or things that people have shared that are really useful. And otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. So, have a good one. Cheers, eh?